Welcome to the road to 1 million US dollars. Let's get right into the Bitcoin chart for today, starting on this 4-hour time frame for Bitcoin, because currently we are still in this descending channel, and this range has some resistance at about 97.5k, as well as some support to the downside at around 94.2k. So for now, Bitcoin is simply just in this range here. Currently, we're seeing a bit of bearish momentum on this 4-hour time frame, although right now on this current 4-hour candle, we're seeing some pretty aggressive bullish momentum. Before we actually move on, I want to point towards this RT1M momentum indicator, which is my own indicator that I'm launching very soon here. So if you want to get access to this early on as I'm launching it, make sure to join the waitlist on rt1m.com/indicator. I will leave a link to this in the pinned comment below this video. And of course, at the launch, I will also be telling you exactly how this indicator works and what you could be looking out for when you are using this indicator in your analysis. Next, taking a look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map. First of all, on this 2-week time frame, notice how we have a big pocket of liquidity to the downside at around 94k and a big pocket of liquidity to the upside at around 99k. So we have some liquidity to the upside and to the downside, and that's actually exactly what I want to show on this 2-hour time frame, because Bitcoin is basically just trading in this range, and we have some liquidity below the support as well as liquidity above the resistance. And the reason this is interesting to me, and I'm pointing it out here, is because notice how people are putting their stop losses at very obvious places, right? They're putting their liquidation or their stop loss at the same spot, and that's how you get these big pockets of liquidity on the heat map. Now, something you could look into, and something that I personally use as well, is instead of putting my stop loss here at this big pocket where everyone else is putting their stop loss, sometimes I will actually put my entry at other people's stop loss. So I'm using this Bitcoin liquidation heat map as a potential area where the Bitcoin price might get attracted to. For example, you saw one of those big pockets right here at around 95.2k. And from there on the lower time frame, notice how we exactly took out those long positions and actually reversed from there. So of course, I'm not telling you to open a trade like that. I'm simply saying that is something you could be looking out for. If I actually zoom in to the 3-day time frame, again, you can see we just took out a big pocket of liquidity. And we do have some liquidity to the upside, first of all at 97k, as well as liquidity as high as 98.6k. Coming back to this 1-day time frame, so we're now starting to look at the little bit higher time frames. We are still in this insane Fibonacci range between 98.4k and 95.7k in the Bitcoin price. Again, nothing has really changed here on the daily time frame. We need to see a break with a confirmed candle close outside of this range before we can start looking at anything else. So to summarize here, 1-day time frame ranging sideways, 4-hour time frame in this descending channel, also ranging here. Next, the 2-hour time frame ranging sideways with some liquidity to the upside as well as to the downside here. And the weekly time frame is also trading sideways. So for now, not too much has changed, and most of the opportunity right now is on the lower time frames, because here we are still seeing some big swings even with everything in a range right now. Because, for example, a 1% move to the upside with leverage, personally, most of the time I'm trading on 50x leverage. So a 1% move to the upside is a potential 50% profit on that trade. Of course, I am not telling you to start trading with leverage if you don't know what you're doing. But either way, I'm just telling you there are still plenty of opportunities for Bitcoin in this current market condition. Lastly, before I close off here today, guys, the Road to 1 Million momentum indicator, I am launching it within the next couple days. Everything is finalized. I'm just going to make some final videos to help explain how to actually use this. And from there, I will be launching this indicator. So if you want to get notified when I actually launch it, so you can be one of the first people to actually access this, then make sure to go to rt1m.com/indicator. Again, I will put a link to this in the pinned comment below this video. But regardless, if you do end up checking that out or not, thank you for watching once again, and I will see you tomorrow in the next one.